Live from the Export Beer Garden studios and brought to you, as always, by Export Ultra, the beer fair here. This is the Agenda podcast for pre-Valentine's Day, 13th of February.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Hello. Yeah? I'm here for the gangbang.
G'day, Matt Heath.
G'day.
So I could see you writing your list of to-dos before Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I mean, is that still a thing?
Oh, yeah, I think for young love.
Right, yeah.
I think if you fancy someone in the office,
Yep.
It's the one time you can be creepy.
Right.
And
So
get away with it.
Just shower some when you like in the office with chocolates and
Flowers.
booze.
Ply them booze and flowers.
And attention.
Yeah. I think that's the one time of year that you pretty much
Right.
you've got a
It's a free for all.
pass, a free for all, absolutely.
Is it a sort of hashtag Me Too free zone?
No, yeah, I think so.
You
I think even the Me Too movement have said, look, I will give you a pass on Valentine's Day because I mean it's going to kill. Otherwise, it'll kill it.
An amnesty to be
Yeah.
pesty around the office for one day a year.
There's a lot of it's big. I mean, Big Valentine's is behind this. Big flower and big chocolate are behind it, and I don't think even Me Too is not big enough for big chocolate and big flower.
Yeah. Well, Big Flower's in trouble for pumping up the prices on Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And big chocolate's consistent though. I
Yeah,
suppose, 'cause
yeah,
it's all year round.
It's all year round, but Big Flower, because they're a perishable good, can just pump it
Yeah.
hottie.
Yeah, they will. So, no specific plans for you on Valentine's Day.
I thought I'd send Anna just sort of an orchid.
My wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Single orchid. Yeah, that's good.
Single,
Just a single orchid.
Single.
Just say still waiting.
Single,
Still waiting for G Lane to
really
drop dead.
sexually suggestive orchid.
I'm gonna honor myself tomorrow.
Oh no. Yuck.
I'm gonna really treat myself
Oh no.
tomorrow on Valentine's Day.
Oh, God.
Because I don't think we do that enough. I think we focus
Wow.
on others too much.
Just get yourself a VPN and flip it into incognito, all right?
Yeah.
That's my own advice for you.
And also turn your Bluetooth off.
Yep.
Otherwise,
All right,
when your kids borrow your
that's,
AirPods, and you're listening to something else. it's awkward.
That's our wholesome advice for
Yeah.
Valentine's Day 2025.
Yeah, some lubes, some DOMs, and maybe some Lindy, and then turn your Bluetooth
Just
off.
go to the settings and
Go to-
get the old
go to-
Bluetooth off.
Go to incognito. What's happening in the world of ZB? Matt, what's upset? What's enraged? What's delighted?
I was just trying to think
The audience?
what I was talking about on the show yesterday. I've got Jono Pryor on the show today.
Oh yeah, he's
To
got his
talk
new
about
show, isn't he?
Talking about his down trow comedy.
Yep.
Vince.
Vince.
Vince that's starting tonight, so he might upset it. It's but it's a bit of a racy topic, isn't it? Guy that gets
His
he-
pants pulled down.
gets his pants pulled. It's a true story actually.
Yeah.
So Jono was at
Oh, was it Christmas in the Park?
Christmas in the Park, and he was getting a photo with two kids, and some scallywag with a beer in one hand and a vape in the other pulled his pants down between the hands.
Both. Okay, this is a key here because a classic down trow, you've still
Yeah.
got your undies on.
Yeah.
Occasionally, there's the down trow where the full willy comes out.
I think it was for Willie.
Yeah, because I remember actually.
I think it was a complete and utter down trow, which is a cowardly act because he's got his arms around two kids, so he can't defend himself. Also, right on the point where the mum was pressing,
Was he?
picture, took the picture. She was pressing the button on her camera.
Question was he? He wasn't hard, was he?
I don't think so.
Okay, because
But he's
that's the line, isn't it?
he's taken that incident and he's turned it into a comedy series, like a scripted comedy series, not like a prank-based John and Ben type
Oh.
show. It's like a full sitcom.
Do you think that Shane Curry will do the same? Because I recall Shane Curry, editor-at-large at the New Zealand Herald, getting downtrowed by the current editor of the Herald, Sir Murray Kirkness, at a Christmas party.
Yeah.
And he...
I've been downtrowed by Sir Murray Kirkness.
Yeah, but Sir Murray Kirkness, he'll grip both sides of your hip and he'll grab all items of clothing.
Yeah.
And they come down.
Yeah. I remember when I was at Intermediate, I was part of we called it a club, but it was known as a terrorist organisation around Palmerston Intermediate.
Were they recognised as a
We called ourselves the Downtrowed Boys, and we had a reign of terror downtrowing people.
Kind of given the game away, haven't you, in your name?
Yeah, we did.
What do those guys do?
I remember
Sell drugs.
when we were hauled into the vice principal's office, and he was looking at the thing, and it said the Downtrowed Boys.
You look back on that and you think, fuck, we should have done something a little bit clever, like the community service boys or the gardeners or something.
Yeah, or the
the nice
pad
pads.
of tennis net repair.
Yeah.
Crew.
Boys. Yeah. the tidy up, the litter free crew or something like that. Where like they would go, no, the litter crew wouldn't down trail. But young Tommy.
That was a reign of terror. I blame Neil Tamale and Simon Maioli. They were the ringleaders. I was just an innocent follower.
I'm sure you were. But it would have been a great opportunity for a rival terrorist gang to start up and down trail, and then you'd get the blame for everything.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah, it's like the ACC here at NZME Towers.
Yeah.
One thing goes, one bit of vomit, one bit of litter, just one bit of kind of misbehaviour, ACC.
Yeah.
So everyone up here, New Zealand Herald included, behaved terribly, and then just point the finger, and we're like, you know what? We don't care.
This is always happening to Batman, isn't it?
Yeah.
So people dress up as Batman and beat the crap out of kids or something.
Yeah, like Santa as well. Every Christmas, people dress up as Santa and
commit
release
crimes.
kids.
Yeah. So, je suis un down-trail boys.
Crew. Down-trail crew.
We are down-trail boys.
I hear that this is a good topic for you today, potentially on ZB. And then apparently, this is the headline. A task force proposes threeways to bring down power prices.
Yeah, how does that bring down power prices? Is it because they operate in the dark because you don't want to see each other?
Generally, they're in the dark because you kind of want to, you don't really, especially if it's
hard to rustle up three good-looking people.
Particularly if it's two heterosexual males and a heterosexual woman and you want it full dark, so...
You don't want to see the dude.
No. Or if you want to do something to the dude, you just want to remain anonymous. I mean, you don't want to see balls, and balls are ugly.
So how many male, female three-ways end up with the female just sitting there going, I see what's happening.
Okay.
This was never a three-way.
I'm a gateway. I'm a gateway for you.
This is
for you.
We've been living a lie.
I'd say that happened quite a lot in the South Island.
A guy that's like would really love a three-way, and then his partner goes, "Okay, well, what about my friend, Sharon?" Well, I was thinking more about her husband, Pete.
Well, Pete's a much nicer guy. He's much more generous with his time.
And and then you're just sitting there going, right, okay, you guys go for it, and I'll maybe make a cup of tea or something.
Okay.
Give me a yell when you're finished.
Or it can just maybe cuck in the corner.
Yeah, it's a good headline.
Yeah, it's a great headline. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. Now, I've got a solution to Auckland's stadium issues.
Oh, okay.
And a money-making venture that was going to solve everything, Matt Heath. It's going to blow your mind.
Jeez, I'm very excited about to hear this. Can't wait.
So I've done a bit of research. Heard of Steve Cohen, who owns the Mets?
Yes.
Over in New York.
Just spent the most ridiculous amount of money on Soto, Juan Soto.
Correct.
Like no one can understand how anyone would spend that much money on such an absolute fuckwit.
Yep.
With not that great an average. I mean, how rich is this guy?
This is what I'm going to get into.
Is this a big swinging dick move to just say, I can spend $700 million on someone that's not that good? Look at me.
He is a multi-billionaire hedge funder. He's a lifelong Mets fan.
Yeah, right.
And basically, he has come into this ownership with the pure goal of not making money and just having a good time.
I love that.
And making it good for the fans. And the fan day he did apparently is next level. Fans get to go into the bullpen and pitch balls. They get tours of his box. They get to go into the changing rooms, and they get to go into the museum or whatever. And it was always his childhood dream to own the Mets. Imagine great. And then he has done it, and now he's like, fuck it. And so hence he's spending all the.
I'd love to have the kind of money to own a sports franchise. Yeah.
And he's just going nuts.
Yeah, that's so good.
And he's also
billionaires and sport mix so well.
This is what we need, and this is what New Zealand needs. So look, I know Peter Thiel's a divisive character.
Yeah,
but we need to grab hold of his seed and milk him hard.
Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel.
Oh, your Facebook guy.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the crux with Cohen. So he's got the Mets. He's got the old Mets Stadium or whatever, and it's surrounded by acres and acres of just car parks.
Right.
So he is going to spend billions of dollars turning it into basically an entertainment centre with hotels, restaurants, apartments, kind of basically investing in real estate as opposed to, because that's the big problem in New Zealand, is like, and God bless Eden Park, like they are trying their best to turn it into a 365 day of the year venue, but it's very hard because they're just trying to retroactively do that, with conferences and
Yeah, there's always
concerts.
something going on at Eden Park. I live right beside it. There's always some community event happening in one area and something else happening up there.
So here's the idea. We need a billionaire to come along, build a stadium and an entire precinct of real estate, accommodation, bars. And we just need a billionaire to take pity on us.
Well, I mean, that's like SoFi Stadium in LA. Basically, he goes, I'm going to spend $5.5 billion on a stadium. And then the city gives him a franchise, and he's built quite a bit of stuff around that as well. But, the kind of guy that can just pony up that kind of cash.
Yeah, and this guy Cohen, he's obviously, this is what's proposed. It's going to propose 23 new permanent jobs, 23,000 permanent jobs, in terms of construction and employees. And there's another example of another franchise. I think I was trying to search who it was. That gets $60 million worth of revenue every year just from their restaurants and bars that they built around their stadium.
Yeah, I mean, a really good stadium, I'm thinking of Wrigley Field in Chicago. Have you been to that stadium?
No.
Just the precinct around it is so phenomenal. It's so important, the precinct around it. Also, Dodger Stadium, there's just like heaps of Mexican bars around there and stuff. So the precinct is so important.
Yeah, it's actually the Atlanta
But baseball's
Braves.
perfect for it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta
not the
Braves. No, this is the Atlanta Braves. That made $60 million in revenue.
So baseball's perfect for this because you play so many games in a year. So, you're playing, close to, 70 home games a year.
Yeah.
So it's perfect for, isn't it, that sport? But absolutely, you need billionaires.
Yeah.
You need them.
We need a
We love
billionaire
them.
visionary.
They're the best of us billionaires.
They are, especially ones that have just are obsessed. We need someone who's obsessed with New Zealand.
Do you know that Bill Maher owns? I was reading about Bill Maher. You know the political commentator guy, comedian.
Yeah.
He bought into the Mets really early, so he's worth an insane amount of money because he owns 10-15% of the Mets, and this billionaire's come in and just his worth
it's gone through the roof.
So he's worth something like $400 million, Bill Maher, and only about $100 million is from his huge media career that everyone knows. It's just he bought into a franchise because franchises didn't used to make the kind of money that they make now.
No.
And he's just made so much money.
Yeah, it's kind of because it's always relied on, at the moment, they're relying on the media rights and a few other things, bits and pieces, to raise the overall value of the franchise, and then they usually sell it. That's what the business people are doing. This is Steve Cohen's going the other way.
Yeah.
He's got I don't give a shit about that.
Yes.
I'm building this. But also,
that's the same with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So these baseball teams, all the other baseball teams are complaining because some baseball teams are just doing this. They just want to win. They want to get the best players because it's really fun for the owners, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the ones that are trying to run a business. Yeah. And the ones that are trying to run a business can't spend $700 million on a player or do a bunch of crazy stuff. And so they're complaining. So there's members of the Dodgers organization that are saying there shouldn't be a salary cap. It should be the other end.
Yeah.
So there should be a minimum spend from other teams. So to put the cap, we're always like, it's unfair to have the cap here. They're like, nah, the cap. You shouldn't be allowed to run a baseball team if you can't be spending $700 million on players.
Fucking crazy, It's crazy, total crazy money. But it makes total sense, the whole precinct side of it. And look at Twickenham. Twickenham has, I think, a couple of hotels attached to it.
Yeah.
A conference centre attached to it. And it makes money all year round.
So Eden Park has got plans to build that hotel on the side of. On these up on Walters Ave, I guess.
Oh, on number 2 there.
Above number 2, so on the corner where they've got like a mini house there now.
Yes.
And so that whole entranceway would be a hotel.
Oh yeah.
That's they've got plans for that in the fast track.
I reckon if they're going to do that, go whole hog, build sports bars.
Yeah.
Build everything.
Yeah.
Build everything so it's a precinct.
So we want a billionaire that comes down here. Right now, people aren't even allowed to buy houses. Like Peter Thiel's down here, and everyone in New Zealand complains because they don't agree 100% with his politics. So therefore, we don't want his money. It's like every billionaire you get, you're not going to agree with your politics because you don't become a billionaire because
you're agreeing.
You are like Chloe's never going to be a billionaire.
No.
Willie Jackson's never going to. Oh, actually, Willie Jackson might he might get there. But
Shane Jones might if he keeps going the way he is. Because he's obviously in the pocket of big money.
Yeah, which I respect. But you just got to turn a blind eye to where that Russian oligarch got his money from.
Yeah, look,
you're a bolt hole.
Yeah, But I think we should
maybe you're going to be a target for the KGB, and a couple of people will get killed in the lobby.
As long as you build the precinct, a suspicious suicide a few years later, but just finish the job.
A little bit of irradiated, like a little bit of irradiation and the odd smoothie. directed at the right people, that's fine.
I don't know. That's you. That's between you and old Pewty, okay?
Yeah.
Old Vlad.
Yeah,
So
you and Pewty sort it out.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to do with us. Just finish that sports precinct.
Yeah.
With the bars and the restaurants and everything else.
Well, you got to say that the Auckland FC just shows what a little bit of billionaire love can do to a franchise in New Zealand.
And there's a couple.
They're not all in on it.
No. It's
not
just,
like-
it's just
it's
a billionaire vibe.
Yeah, it's just that they're doing their billionaire bits. They're just floating around. There's just a little bit more money for a few things here. You're not skimping and saving here.
But isn't it such a...
And then it becomes a snowball because it gets more exciting because it is more exciting because,
If you came from overseas and you found out that a couple of billionaires owned a football team and you're like, oh, mate, we'll go and watch this.
Yeah.
And you end up at Mount Smart, you'd be like, well, these aren't fucking billionaires. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way 2 billionaires would own this and come out to this shithole.
I was reading this thing about billionaires and it was the sort of interviews with them. And if you're a $1 billionaire guy, you feel really poor.
Yeah.
Because no one feels poorer than a guy with $1 billion. Because they hang out with people with $10 billion.
Yeah.
And you're basically a piece of shit to the guys with $10 billion.
Yeah.
If you've got $1 billion, guy's got $10 billion, the guy with $10 billion's got more respect for the person that's cleaning their house than they do for the guy with $1 billion.
Yeah, he's not successible.
Yeah. He's
That
had a
person's
go.
not- that person's not
He's a
successful.
try-hard billionaire.
Yeah.
The cleaner's a cleaner.
Yeah.
Respect the cleaner.
Yeah.
But
Doing
the
a job.
try-hard one,
One billionaire.
there's no one more miserable than a billionaire with a bigger billionaire in the room. That's why Trump and Elon Musk get on so well. They're best mates. They love it. They hang out together all the time. There's no problem. The media's trying to make this dispute with them. But Trump is a billionaire, but he's got a guy worth $421 billion. So Trump naturally sits in the pocket under him. He goes, well...
He's more successful.
He's a 421 billionaire. I'm just a...
Billionaire.
Yeah.
Is he, though?
Trump?
Is he a billionaire? Probably is now.
I think he is. I think he's like about 8-9 billion. But, compared to 400 and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken feed.
It's nothing. Yeah. It's
Absolute
nothing.
chicken
So
feed.
anyway, what
There
about
we go.
Muskie? Because
What about
Muskie's
Muskie?
always looking for a new project. Once he's
Someone will throw...
once he's audited the government, if he's like Sauron, like it's gaze. When his gaze goes somewhere.
Yeah, he'll come here, though, and someone will squirt tomato sauce on him.
Yeah,
And he'll
that's
go,
right.
you guys are weird. And he'll leave.
But also the other thing with Muskie is he's so autistically tech. He's definitely not into sport.
Yeah.
Guys like
unless
that.
we can make it...
The way he jumps on stage, jumps up and down on stage.
Yes.
He's not. He didn't play a lot of sport.
No, I know, but maybe we can sell him on it some other way, like maybe build the most tech stadium of all time that that you get shown to your seat automatically. Beers pop up in between your legs. You don't have to wee. A little catheter comes into the eye of your penis during the game, and you just stay and watch, like stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some innovation, a real disruptor of a stadium.
Yeah.
But what sport do you reckon Muskie would be interested in New Zealand? Do you reckon rugby union's his
No,
jam?
I don't think Muskie's into that. I don't think Muskie's maybe cricket because
Hey,
quite.
but hang on a minute. Billionaires can blow up in your face. Look at this whole Ineos thing.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, we're pissed off another one, haven't we?
Yeah.
'Cause
So
he's not the old.
So how
Ratcliffe.
does that work? So he
Ratcliffe.
signed up for 45 million.
He signed up for 6 years.
45 million, and he's gone, nah, not paying.
After 3, he's gone, yeah, you guys are losing.
Yeah.
I got a massive green tax bill to play in Europe.
Yeah, I'm going to move that movie over to pay my green tax bill.
It's only like 8 mil a year. And this guy's worth billions and billions. He's basically spent, what is it, 400-500 million on Man United. 8 million a year on the rugby union. He's like, just don't pay it.
It's just a line, and yet that might be the difference. Because every time New Zealand rugby loses money, Silver Lake gets a bigger percentage of New Zealand rugby. It's like a parasite that's eating them. So Ineos pulls out, and then Silver Lake goes, that's cool. You didn't make your money, so we own
20%.
And 20% now. Yeah, we just move up a little bit, and then eventually, and like Silver Lake didn't do shit because they were like, remember what they were selling to us? They've got like some shares in Twitter,
international links,
and it all goes back to, and then Musk just bought all of Twitter, changed it to X. So the international expertise that Silver Lake, I don't even think they got 2 likes on a tweet before it became X.
Yeah, maybe that's the big conspiracy theory. Maybe it's Silver Lake just tapping old Ratcliffe and going, "Go on, mate, just put the money out."
Rugby union.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Muskie. Squash.
You'd like
He looks a squash kind of guy.
Can you imagine a squash precinct?
I don't think it could be the backbone of the precinct. I think cricket. I think you could probably. Cricket's weird enough.
Yeah.
And it got enough tech things involved that I think Muskie would potentially be
Cricket
interested.
needs to follow baseball and play 162 regular season. A team should play 162 games a year.
Yeah. Imagine saying that to Lockie Ferguson, the Whakamana Express, who puts his body through the ringer and he only bowls 4 overs, and at the end of it he has to have an ice bath, and you're telling him...
Hey, we're just a few changes to the schedule. Yeah, we'd have to saw some baseball, so we're increasing the amount of games you're going to be playing. By how many? About 8,000-fold. Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you would only, if you did that, if you had, but that's what you do. Like in baseball, you have 5 Lockie Fergusons that rotate.
Yeah.
And they only play once a week.
It's just finding those 5 Lockie Fergusons is the issue. Otherwise, we've
only ever found one.
Yeah. Whakamana Express. Hey, speaking of cricket, have you seen the footage of the Australian spinner Matthew Kuhnemann? He's reported for a suspect illegal action.
And Australia's saying he's played this many games, he's done this. It's like, did no one notice?
Yeah.
It's the most suspect.
I know.
And he doesn't even have the decency to wear a flappy long sleeve shirt to cover it up.
He's a leading wicket taker in their 2-0 Test series win in Sri Lanka, but was reported following the second test in Gaul. In response, the Aussies are claiming, what about Bumrah?
What's wrong with Bumrah's action?
They reckon he's got just as crooked an arm as this guy.
You might as well go back in time and arrest Lance Cairns for his action. Like, what are we talking about? Like, Bumrah, it's weird, but he's got a straight arm.
Yeah, I know. But, it's just the way he winds up. He doesn't chuck it.
Yeah, apparently every kid in India now, there's going to be 1,000 Bumrahs coming through. If you go anywhere near a cricket net or anywhere, everyone's bowling like Bumrah over there. So that's the new thing.
He'd be good to play 120 games a year.
Yeah,
because
he's only got three steps.
Yeah, 3-step run up.
But the thing with that is, I saw the post on the ACC from the angle that's up on our socials, and it's like, don't even do any, just fire him. Like, it's terrible. There's no, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the biometrics thing and he's going to bowl it?
Because Kane Williamson, in the end, can you remember when Kane Williamson got called up? And in the end he went,
fuck it, I'm better at batting.
Yeah, he went, yeah, you're right, I'll chuck it. I'm just going to bat. And he's never bowled since.
Yeah, which is a bummer, actually.
Yeah, actually, he was quite handy.
It was quite handy having a phenomenal batsman that was also could bowl a few overs for you if you'd selected the wrong team for the wrong wicket.
Tweak a few over. New Zealand are in the final of this warm-up try series. I think it's tomorrow night. They play Pakistan.
Whatever it is, South Africa ditch out in the semi.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the tournament.
It seems like
even a 3-way.
This is going to be overkill, though, because we've played Pakistan once. We beat them. We're going to play them again in the final, and then we play them first.
Yeah.
And then they all get on a plane together and come to New Zealand for 5 T20s and 3 one-days. We're going to be over.
We need to lose this game.
Yes, we do.
Because
we can't win 3 in a row.
No.
Which
one's more important?
Oh, this one's just a warm-up.
Yeah.
So we want the next one.
But then you could say you'd won it. Won something. You'd won a try series.
It's a warm-up try series, though. It's not. Yeah. You'd rather have the silverware. So, yeah, if we lose it, it's not going to be a big...
So against Pakistan, but, what I'm saying is there's pool play, right?
Yeah, so, there is.
But, you want to beat Pakistan, yeah. And Pakistan are coming here in winter.
They're coming here end of March, early April, yes.
Yeah. Which, if you're from the South Island like me, you've been in winter for 2 months at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I had some friends who went to Dunedin last weekend, and it was 16 degrees in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I love Dunedin. Always consistent.
Yeah.
Always consistent.
Well, it doesn't, yeah. It kind of can be consistent. Sometimes it can be 32 degrees and all the roads start melting like rivers. But then the next day it'll be 60.
Hey, for those of you who've listened to the podcast or listened to the ACC for a while, would have heard of the notorious pants man, Joel Harrison.
Yeah.
He recently left us to spread his wings. He went over to Australia. And he's got a job in Australia. And his first job is he is the producer for a podcast in Sydney with Brad Haddon.
One of the worst human beings.
One of the worst.
Like the absolute, actually probably the worst. I can't believe he's managed to get a broadcasting career because he's...
The Aussies love him though.
Yeah. From the New Zealand perspective, we hate him.
Yeah.
Just because he was so rude in 2015 because he got drunk at the radio stations.
And then he also, remember that time that he caught the ball in front of the stumps and then took the bails off and claimed it
What
was
annoying about him is he was more outspoken, but he's kind of a journeyman Australian player as well. He wasn't an amazing batsman. Like that.
He wasn't Gilchrist.
That tradition of just frustratingly good Australian wicket keepers that were just could break your heart.
Yeah.
Just when you thought you were getting ahead, you get 4 and you think that maybe Australia's in trouble. They've always had these wicket keepers that come in and just break your heart.
Yeah. They've got his podcast is called Willow Talk.
It should be called.
See what they've done there, but
Yeah, no, I get it, but maybe it should be called because he's always reminded me of a scrote. Maybe it should be called because he looks kind of like a scrotum. It should be called Scrote Talk.
Anyway, here's some audio of the first episode, which makes mention of our beloved Notorious Pantsman, Joel Harrison.
But Sam is heading on to higher honours, and producer Joel is joining us.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
I had no idea that we were getting a new producer.
Joel, come in. Come in for a quick word.
Something's not right here.
Yeah, no, I've vetted it. It's all right.
I can't wait for you to hear his accent.
Oh, don't give it away.
Bullshit.
Joel, talk.
How's it going?
Joel, where are you from?
Auckland, New Zealand.
I will say
Welcome,
this,
Joel.
Hills, that this guy's resume must have been freaking good
Yeah.
to get this gig.
Yeah.
It had to be above and beyond to be able to get through the doors here at Willow Talk. So, favourite cricketing moment?
For me would be when
2015.
one of either when Grant Elliott hit the six against South Africa in the semi-finals, and then or even Kane Williamson in the first one, and then probably the first time we won, or the only time we won the World Test Championship against India. Stayed up for about 5 days overnight and watched it all. So that was brilliant.
Not the White Ferns winning the T20 World Cup after
would be up
losing
there.
13 on the trot.
That would also
cool.
be up there as well. So,
Yeah, that's a fine cotton areas, that one.
Yeah.
Joel, great to have you on board. As always, on Willow Talk, we've got to have the final word with Hads. What was your favourite cricketing moment? Just to get one back on Joel, if you want one.
I'm in fucking shock.
Good on Joel. Although
Good on
he's
Joel.
lying,
Yeah,
he didn't care about the White Ferns.
No, he did
Yeah,
not.
he
I mean,
was
that
like,
was.
she put him on the spot and he goes, "Yeah, that was it as well."
But it's like
but actually, I like Brad Haddon now because he's nice. He's been nice to the Notorious Pantsman, Joel Harrison.
he's leaned into it. I'm not sure about his co-host going on about the White Ferns grenade. It's like you asked him what his favourite fucking moment is. Don't try and ram something else.
You question someone's favourite moment. Not well. Who is she? Not the White Ferns winning the thing. It's like, are you going to tell me what my favourite frickin' sporting moment is because it doesn't line up with what it's supposed to be, what the received opinion should be?
Joel should have just gone.
He should have gone.
No way.
No, as I said,
It was the World Test
if
Championship.
that had been one of them, then I would have mentioned it. I mean, no disrespect to the team. That is my opinion, But anyway, the Notorious Pantsman, Joel Harrison, what a great New Zealander. He got over there quick. I mean, it's a small flight, but he must have still had a honking hangover when he recorded that.
Wow, he stayed up all night in his farewell and then kicked on. Yeah, I don't know how he did it, to be honest. He's managed to get a phone because he's texted me.
Yeah.
And how he got the job, the glowing references, was myself.
Oh.
I might have lied.
So he's on a...
I might have said he was competent.
He's sitting atop of House of Cards there.
Yeah.
No, he is. He's
I don't
the real
know
deal.
Brad Fadden had any favours, so
Yeah.
suck on Joel.
Yeah. This is for those comments after the 2015 World Cup final when he had a few and went into a few radio stations and basically told everyone that he hated New Zealand.
Yeah, well, look, this is the foist of all foists. We've
Yep.
now got the Trojan horse in there, and he is single-handedly going to ruin your media career,
Yeah.
just quietly and subtly.
Oh, pillow talk.
Yeah.
All right. Got it.
Hey, tonight is the Night of Nights, Matt Heath.
Yes.
Is the Alternative Commentary Collective presents the Snackachangi Sports Awards, the Changies they're calling them.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the awards, they're
pretty flash.
They're pretty
Who made
flash-looking
those?
awards. I think it was our friends at Benefits made those. They're absolute legends.
Yeah,
Got in
they're
touch and said we'll make them. So it's a very prestigious event honouring outstanding achievements in sports adjacent activities. So it's not the Hellbergs. It's pretty much the opposite.
The Hellbergs.
We should
Not the
call
Hallbergs,
we
the
should call it
Hellbergs.
The Hellbergs. We should
Yeah,
call it.
H-E-L-L.
So it's just 9 categories. The live stream starts tonight at 6 p.m. On YouTube and on Facebook. We'll whip through the 9 categories because it's really not about that. It's about just having a few beers and a few snacky
What's the dress code? Because there's some confusion in it. It says black tie on the invitation.
Yeah, well, it's black ties or black jeans.
Right. Oh, black jeans? I've got neither.
Yeah, black ties or black jeans. It's casual.
Is it?
Because I've never been to a black tie event where everyone's actually worn black tie. I've just worn a jacket. So I'm just going to wear my ACC jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Lee Hart is going to give some history on the Uncle Kenny and how much sport means to Uncle Kenny.
Yep.
The 9 categories. I think you've nominated in one of them, Matt.
Really?
In one of the categories.
What category am I nominated in?
In the own goal category.
How did I score an own goal?
You're picking it up on behalf of a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it. The Changi will be good. It looks like a good doorstop. The live stream, Facebook or YouTube from 6 p.m. tonight. Tune into that. It should be good. I haven't written my script for that, so that could go pear-shaped at some stage.
Is in the iHeart Lounge.
Yep, iHeart Lounge, 6 o'clock.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Wait, because this is why I'm asking about the thing, because I'm doing this, right? Then I'm going up and doing my ZB show.
Yeah.
And then I've got to go and do a speech at the Maritime
Maritime Museum?
something like that. That's between...
Hopefully not maritime safety.
It's I guess some speech I've got to do.
Yeah.
That I've got to get
Well,
my head around that. So I've got an hour speech.
Yeah.
That I've got to do there, and then I'm going
An
to
hour?
shoot back from 4:30 to 5:30,
Yeah.
and then I'm shoot back up here. So
Just come straight from the Maritime Museum to here.
I know, but what I'm saying is I won't have my glad rags.
Nah, you
I'll
don't
be
need
wearing
glad
what I'm
rags.
wearing now.
Nah, I don't need glad rags.
And I'll probably grab that jacket that's just behind you.
It's a
the
bar,
Chiefs jacket.
It's a Barlina situation.
Okay, cool.
Okay, it's a Barlina situation.
Oh, good,
I
good.
should probably tell people that because
Because I think people are freaking out because I says to my missus, I says, do you want to come to this thing? And she goes, I'll have to get bloody gown and...
Oh, yeah, shit, I might have to tell people because some people turn up in gowns and I'll be there in shorts and jandals.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a joke, the black tie. Maybe we've had a faux pas. I might have to email everyone and tell them, don't come in a frock.
Yeah.
Guys are okay. Guys just chuck a jacket on. I'm more worried about the woman. We're queuing out because when you say black tie or a formal event, it's usually a whole day preparation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you see it around here when there's like the radio awards
Oh
or
my
whatever,
God.
and the girls take 3 days off and hire in staff to get themselves ready,
And then invoice the company for it.
invoice the company for it, and turn up looking amazing, and then have 3 drinks and end up,
Asleep on the couch in the ACC studio.
It's like, well, you look great, but you're unconscious. So we're going to have to call you an Uber,
And make sure you get in it and leave.
yeah, don't come back again.
Okay, so we'll take a quick break. We've got a couple of yours pleases to get through in just a moment.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Leader, home of the lasagna topper.
So just 3 to get through today. Yours, please.
G'day team, Phil McCunton here.
you
Long time listener, first time talk back. I got a question for G Lane and probably McConey as well. What the fuck is up with the staunch historic rivalry between Cambridge and Leamington? Generally, it's considered a rugby-focused rivalry, but it's probably multi-sport. What's your perspective? Thank you very much. Get fucked.
Okay, this is one of these kind of regional things. You know, when your closest neighbour is your most bitter enemy. You know, it's like Rananga and what's that? The other little tiny township that's about 500 metres down the road.
Yeah.
It's just I think
Brunanga and anything.
Yeah, it's just any small town next to another small town.
Isn't it the case that Lee Hart's mum and dad met,
Yes.
and it was like a Romeo and Juliet thing because his dad was from Runanga and his mum was from a west coast town that was about 500 metres from Runanga.
Yes, it was.
And-
It literally.
And so it was scandalous that they should be getting together, even though the gene pool available was minimal.
Hang on, I've got Runanga here, and next to Runanga is it Danielle or something? Danielle?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. So you'd think that you'd have a lot in common being that close together and on the west coast.
Yeah.
But you would too. So you'd come together as the west coast. But yeah, so I don't know. So
Same with Leamington. Leamington and Cambridge.
so
is the same.
they'd still support the Chiefs, but
Yeah.
they just hate each other.
Yeah, and Cambridge is a little bit bigger than Leamington as well.
It's a lot bigger than Leamington.
So so that's where the rivalry.
It's a lot
comes
better
from.
than Leamington.
Well, Leamington just needs to lean into it and get rid of the E and to call themselves Leamington, and then just lean into the Leamingtons.
Yeah, make it the Leamington capital
Yeah.
of New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right. Put a giant Leamington at the entrance.
I have a good question for you. Are Leamingtons actually that good? Because there's so much talk about Leamingtons.
I
They're
don't
a bit
mind.
coconutty.
I don't mind them. I don't mind it.
I don't mind them.
It's a sponge cake.
Yeah, but there's kind of like a shit sponge cake.
It's
kind of average.
It's a sponge cake with we never go for the raspberry.
Are you Zoomers getting into that? Are you under, is anyone under 25 getting into a Leamington these days?
Yeah, look, admittedly, if I asked any of my children what a Leamington was, they'd be like,
Yeah,
Leamington.
I think it's on the way out.
Not
My
Leamington.
son, who's 18, comes home from the supermarket every day on his way back from the gym, and he'll buy a full, like, sponge cake and then sit on the couch and eat it with his hands, like, from the middle out.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
Just from the middle out. I'm fine with the sponge cake. I'm fine with eating it all.
His
with your hands,
girlfriend
but
will be sitting on the couch, just like, being very, and he'll just plonk down, and just rip the plastic of it and just eat.
Any icing?
Yeah, there's like some cream in it, some kind of artificial cream in the middle of it. It's a double sponge cake that he gets, but it's a full, like, it would be a good size cake for a whole party for some kids. And he just comes home from the gym, picks up a huge fucking party cake, just eats it with his fists from the center out.
Okay, Charlie, if you're listening, I've got another challenge for you. Hands behind the back, try and eat it just with your face. I want to see him just to plant his face into the middle of the cake and then just start eating.
He's at that age where he's frustrated because he's 99 kgs and he wants to be over 100.
Funny, when you get older, you don't really want to be near 100.
No,
your goal is to stay off the 3 digits.
The window in your life when you're trying to put on weight is brief.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's up till about 24. You get rid of that one.
Yeah, and then you start going, holy shit, I can't control.
But there is that teenage thing when you're growing and you're painfully skinny, so you go, well, bulking up is good. Being big is good.
Yeah,
and then that being big, well, fat gets a lot easier.
When you start to wear a bra.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, yours, please.
Yeah, g'day, fellas. Nothing to do with the show or any sports or anything at all. Just a bit of a life lesson I learnt, and I thought I might share it with other people so they can benefit from my mistake. If your wife's heading off to an appointment with the gynecologist, probably best not to ask her if she's going to see the fanny mechanic. Righto.
Is that Piney?
Sound like Piney, didn't it?
Is that Jason Pine?
The fanny mechanic. Jesus.
The fanny mechanic.
Well, like, I don't. That's a good piece of advice, but it wouldn't have really registered for me to say that.
Yeah, I just don't, like, in a relationship, if your partner's going to the gynecologist, do you really?
I hope everything goes okay.
Yeah, all the best down there. Would you go? What's wrong with your fanny?
If you need to see a mechanic,
yeah,
like change the oil or Jesus. Anyway, last
does it
one.
need a lube?
Most likely.
Yeah, morning, fellas. Hey, I got a hunch for you.
Oh, yep.
I got on to listening to a different podcast.
Oh.
You guys have got slack, seen as mainstream Mania's gone somewhere else. Liam Lawson racing Formula One next year. On this other podcast I was listening to, he said he'd won majority on debut. So don't know what it's paying, but chuck that on for Melbourne in a couple of weeks. Fucking how good would that be? Liam Lawson winning on debut in Aussie. Yeah, fuck.
Well, look, it's not a bad shout. He's with Team Red Bull. He's got Verstappen ahead of him, though. This is the only issue. I think the only time that Liam Lawson would win a race is if Verstappen crashed or couldn't finish due to mechanical issues. Because otherwise, the team are just going to call him through. Because his job is to get Van Strappen over the line. That his single job.
So if he got like white line fever, and he's got in this headset, it's like you're supposed to get the strap on home. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I want to win my debut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that strap-on's behind him, and, the first race of the year, maybe not, if he had to do a job beforehand to get Van Strappen to the front and then over. But I'd say if he was leading with 2 or 3 laps to go and Verstappen was behind him, I think they'd let that go.
Move into the passing lane.
I think they'd let that go. It's just kind of during the season when things change and, points become that's when the second driver becomes more an assist. So, look, not a bad bet, but it's funny, you don't really know. The team's changed so much from, because McLaren came out of nowhere last season to all of a sudden be super quick.
What's the odds of a Mexican killing Lawson?
Oh, my God. The Mexicans hate him so much. Like, so much. There's so much hate after he replaced Sergio Perez. Chico. Fuck yeah. They have absolutely teed off on him, haven't they? I don't even know what.
I don't think if he came to Auckland, he probably wouldn't even be allowed in Taco Bell.
No, certainly not in Mexico.
Not Mexicali Fresh would not.
No.
I saw Mexico went out of business on Ponsonby Road.
Did they?
Yeah, the Mexican restaurant called Mexico, and it's got Mexicali Fresh right beside it, right?
Oh.
They went head to head, and people chose the shitter version.
Yeah, the fresh version. Gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that Grand Prix in a few weeks' time.
That's a long season.
Yeah, they have a break in the middle. They have 2 months off in the middle.
Yeah.
They have this where they basically switch from going to Europe to the rest of the world, or the other way around, rest of the world to Europe.
Yeah, right.
So they have a month or so off in the middle.
Yeah, right. So it basically goes most of the year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, Liam Lawson for Red Bull. Not a bad bet. Speaking of bets, we have the ACC Sportsbook powered by the TAB coming out either today or tomorrow as well. So listen out for that because we've got the opening round of Super Rugby.
Hey, yeah, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about 4 captains?
Oh,
it seems like this. It seems
so weird.
It's so weird, and like, isn't the captain supposed to be like this heroic figure
the best
that
player.
you follow into the best player that you follow into battle, and he's the last line of everything. He leads by example. He, can you have 4 of those dudes?
No,
because I mean that's such a large. Basically, everyone's captain.
Yeah, they basically picked the 4 most senior players, the Hurricanes, and Duplessis Karifi, Brad Shields, Asafa Amua, he's probably the youngest, and then is it Billy Proctor, the other one? So they've got 1 back in there and 3 forwards. Their theory is that Super Rugby is so brutal that most of the time players can be injured and out of the play. In this way, there's some consistency around leadership.
But that's why you have assistant captains and such.
Yeah.
They step up and be captain on the big day.
Yeah.
You can't just have, who...
Who's in charge?
Do all 4? If because there's injuries to start the season. But if all 4 of them on, do they all 4 of them surround the ref and?
Yeah, it's true. Actually, who's the ref talking to?
Yeah,
maybe it's a good ploy. Basically, say the entire team are captains, so you can't penalise any of them because if they start chatting to you, they're all captains. So the ref's like, "Who's captain? I am.
Oh, I am. I'm Spartacus type situation. It just seems to me that. Like, there's things to follow in a team, right? Like, so I feel like in rugby they forget about the basics of human nature. And so you have your team that you like and you have your captain.
Yeah.
And that's part of the package. This is our captain for the season.
You follow him.
You follow the team and you follow the package. So not just the players. I'm talking about as a fan, right?
Yeah.
You go, well, that's the captain.
Yeah.
So, and that's a statement, picking the captain. It's a statement. It's backing a person.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of politics around it. It's the kind of the closest thing we have to a draft in New Zealand where there's like a little bit, oh, really? Oh. Dog rolls captain. Wow.
Whoa.
The red card king. But great New Zealander, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like there's these ways you follow and you throw that out the window and it's kind of like, I don't know. It's so important in cricket, isn't it? And obviously, a captain in cricket is different from any other sport because in cricket, a captain is not. There's no sport where the captain is as important as in cricket.
Yeah.
Often it's just a good person to hassle the ref or like
choose to kick the goal or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's pretty obvious.
But in cricket, it's everything. The person's fielding positions, deciding who bowls,
strategy,
everything. Like a captain is huge.
Yeah.
That's why whenever you see a game of cricket, like you'll have the pictures of the 2 captains going head to head because it kind of is, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's important, but I still feel a bit like that. Richie McCaw, Kieran Reid. It's like in the Kieran Reid era, if there'd been 3 other captains.
Well, I can tell you he's not a fan of that because I played in a Movember 11 team with him, and it was suggested by Roundy from Movember, do you want to co-captain with Lane, or do you guys believe in that? And before I could reply, hell no, he wrote back and goes, I will not be a co-captain. He's like, fuck, he beat me to it.
I respect that.
Yeah, and I said, same, you can be captain. I don't mind. And he had to make the tough calls, and he did. He pulled Ben Hurley off the field.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Slow run rate. But the thing is, okay, if you look at it though, it's kind of like saying that none of you are good enough to be captain. It's either saying the coach and team management don't have the balls to pick someone. So it either suggests that you've got a very small pair of balls when it comes to making decisions, or you don't think any one of them is a spectacular enough human to lead.
Yeah,
either that or there's something in what they're doing, and it's, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems, it's a very new and modern thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the co-leadership of political parties, all that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm interested, I really want to see when all 4 of them are playing, because I want to see the team list, and I want to see 4 Cs all over the place. Because then there's their vice captains as well. They got like 8 vice captains.
Yeah, they have to, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's has got
Everyone's
VC.
captain.
Everyone's got C or VC next to their name.
Yeah, they have to. It's a participation trophy situation.
Yeah, because who's vice captain? And they were like, no, we've got 4 captains. I was like, you better do a vice captain.
Yeah. And are we going to stand around for fucking 10 minutes waiting to decide whether they kick it into the corner or...
So we have 4 of them. 4 of them.
Have a fucking... It's not even 3. So they go for a vote and 2 of them say, I think we
Two
should
all.
go... I think we should go for it and kick it into the corner. I back us, to human centipede over in the corner.
Yeah,
and
5.
two of them go, no, we'll just take the 3.
They need 5 because they need a casting vote.
Yeah, they need 5.
Yeah, they've made a mistake here. Made a massive mistake. Hey, speaking of Super Rugby, we're also on Friday, I'm going to have a Super Rugby special profiling the weekend's games. Obviously, the two big games are the Hurricanes versus Crusaders on Friday night, and then the repeat of the final last year, the Blues versus the Chefs on Saturday.
I'm going along to that.
Are you? Nice. I'm
excited.
James McConey and I are commentating on it live on iHeart and Radio Hodaki.
Oh, good stuff.
Okay. See you later. Okay. Thanks, Matt. See you, mate.
No, thank you. See you tonight at the Changies.
Yep.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.